Good Wednesday evening, Southeast Texas. Welcome to 12 News Plus. We're going to take the next 10 minutes and dive deep into your forecast over the next 7 days. A weather impact alert coming up this weekend. Right now, clouds have pretty much covered the sky here in Beaumont. This view courtesy of Mid-County Plumbing, part of the Roofing 911 Skycam network. With those clouds, that should help keep temperatures up. And a lot of us will not go below the mid-60s. Beautiful moon up there. Over up towards Jasper. This will be courtesy of Provost, I should say Provalis, but as you can see, partly to mostly cloudy skies. Very interesting look. No rain is expected tonight or tomorrow, and it looks mainly dry through Friday. Now, as we head on into the weekend, we'll be watching this front, which will be stalled across our area, and plentiful instability, plus you can see how these winds are spreading out. Notice how they go to the northeast and then to the southeast. This is called divergence. The air is spreading apart, as you can see right along this front. So this is what we call a lift region. When the air tends to want to rise out of the screen towards you, the air is rising. So the lift region is where we're looking for shower and thunderstorm activity. And you can see modeling does depict this very well, as we may have lots of instability, stalled front, maybe somewhat of an outflow boundary at the surface, so that could help us to see a pretty good coverage coming up late Saturday and Saturday night, and maybe more scattered on Sunday, as a lot of this energy will be wrung out in the form of rain, we think, coming up Saturday night. So kind of readjusted the numbers to where it looks like, say, Saturday late, we'll have probably the best chance of shower and thunderstorm activity and lower chances on Sunday, as Saturday will have the best instability. So that's what we're going to be working with as we head towards the weekend. This is great news. We really need this as the area continues under a severe drought for most areas. Otherwise, that weather impact alert for Saturday night and again on Sunday, some heavy rain. Probably not everybody going to get heavy rainfall. We're certainly going to see showers and thunderstorms across the area. A little bit early to ascertain whether or not it's going to be severe. If it was, it would be a low threat. A few, maybe a couple storms if we see any severe weather. That would be coming up Saturday evening. So 1, maybe 2 inches of rainfall. I think we can deal with this without any problems with flooding. And additional rainfall is expected as we head towards Wednesday. But there could be some locally heavy rainfall. So we're continuing to monitor. That's the best advice right now. Nothing to get excited or upset about, but maybe excited if you need the rain. Otherwise, until then, it looks like a warm, humid, dry forecast through Friday. Now, some modeling is showing a little bit of rain on Friday. I elected to ignore those models. Those are global models that are showing that. We're using high-res modeling. Those usually do better. So we're going to go dry through Friday. But again, could be a couple of showers on Friday. Otherwise, rain looks good as we head towards Saturday night and on into Sunday. We get a break on Monday and Tuesday, and another round is expected. It probably could be a line of thunderstorms, kind of a squall line moving through potentially as we head towards Wednesday morning, and that is tentative right now. If it slows down or speeds up, it hasn't even formed yet. So the numbers or the timing could be off a little bit, but that's the best that we have right now as far as maybe Wednesday morning. And don't forget to spring ahead Sunday morning as daylight saving time takes hold, and change those smoke detector batteries. I bet you haven't done it in a while, have you? Make sure your family's safe. Okay, your allergy report, it's all about tree pollen today, a little bit of mold, but it's oak tree pollen. It's just that time of year. Everything's budding as far as the trees. You can see it if you look up there and see those leaves starting to break out. Otherwise, as I said, much of the area is under a moderate drought, and that's why we've got so many burn bans across Southeast Texas. Since the 1st of January, we're now down 3 inches below normal and almost a half an inch since the beginning of this month. So Orange County was the latest to be added as far as the burn ban list today, joining Jefferson, Hardin, Tyler, Jasper, and Newton counties, and pretty much all of southwest Louisiana. So we're hopeful that the rains coming up this weekend can alleviate some of that drought across our area. Tomorrow, looking at a low to moderate risk of wildfires across Southeast Texas. The winds will be up tomorrow, and humidities will be up. That's the good news, but the deal is that the winds will be up and everything's pretty much dry. You've got dry grasses and brush, so be careful with any activities that could create sparks. So Friday, there's your global, this is a global model. This is not a high-res model because high-res modeling does not go out, at least the ones that we have access to do not go out this far. So a little bit of rain possible Friday. I'm not going to go with any rain right now because I think that there's a potential that we don't see anything. Now Saturday, yeah, rain starts moving in, and Sunday. I think it's going to be flip-flopped on this. I think the better rains will be coming in on Saturday late, and then lesser amounts coming up on Sunday. We'll see if that's correct correct assumption. But again, that's why we're going best chances coming up Saturday. Sunday, a 50% coverage, go a little bit less chance, and then Monday and Tuesday, dry weather. And this far out, not going to go any more than a 60% coverage, but it could be very easily 100% coverage. I feel better about Wednesday as far as rain chances than I do Saturday or Sunday, because if we get the squall line, pretty much everybody gets rain with that. But since it's, 7 days out, I don't want to go too crazy, but certainly want to spark your attention to that because I think this will be Wednesday. We'll get, if that line does indeed form, we'll probably see our best chances coming up next Wednesday. So no changes as far as the warmer than normal scenario. That will continue right on through the next 7 days with highs in the mid to upper 70s and lower 80s. Now, a few folks tomorrow could get into the mid 80s as far as if we get enough sunshine. I think that's very doable coming up tomorrow afternoon. Low clouds spreading across the area on the Pro Roofing Concepts satellite and radar loop. Temperatures in the upper 60s to around 70 degrees. Not going to cool too much more. As you can see, lots of moisture in the air, and that helps to keep temperatures up. Otherwise, across the state, this front is stalled. It's not going to go too much further south as temperatures are into the 70s to around 80 degrees. A little cooler behind it up into North Texas, where they're seeing pretty good coverage of showers and storms. Severe thunderstorm watch in effect there. In fact, Duncanville has seen probably, at least radar estimates, have been over 6 inches. I've seen video with cars running through deep water. So Dallas-Fort Worth area getting way too much of a good thing. And there are been a couple reports of severe weather just to the west of that watch box. Otherwise, I'm not expecting anything like that coming up over the next couple of days. Could be some patchy fog overnight as temperatures will drop into the mid to upper 60s, and that'll be the start of your day. Lots of clouds, and then with any luck, we ought to be able to thin those clouds out tomorrow afternoon and go maybe partly cloudy like here. And a lot of us will see highs in the lower 80s. Now, a few folks, maybe in through Hardin County and south of the lakes area, may get into the mid 80s coming up tomorrow afternoon. So one of the warmer days we've seen so far this year. And as I said, it looks like we will see those winds spreading out. This divergence, you can see how this flow is along there. And then we've got another little piece of wind over here, a little jet streak there. So again, this is the region that will be in the lift area. So that's why we think that southeast Texas see pretty good coverage coming up Saturday night into Sunday with that stalled front. We still have pieces of energy coming through. These are upper level disturbances. And as you can see, then we'll be waiting on this upper level low. Now it'll be weakening as it heads towards the Lone Star State as we work on in to say Wednesday morning. Then we'll likely get a line of thunderstorms across the area. On the Gulf, looking at dense fog advisory for slightly choppy seas around 2 feet and a southeast wind at 10 to 15 knots. Our forecast tonight becoming cloudy, maybe the mid 60s. It may be closer to the upper 60s over the area coming up tomorrow morning. Then for tomorrow, highs will be in the low to mid 80s as skies thin out. We'll go from mostly cloudy to partly cloudy in the afternoon. And again, a weather impact alert for Saturday night into Sunday. Again, it'll be some heavy rainfall, maybe some storms, some good rains. So keep monitoring for the updates. A break on Monday, and then another